Boys, it's Contrast, and welcome to the biggest transfers and rumors of 2017. In this episode, you will be seeing 8 of the top transfers and rumors that have happened so far in the January transfer window in 2017. Now, these transfers are huge, with transfers to China, transfers to PSG, as well as rumors like $400 million for Cristiano Ronaldo to go to China. What's been happening this transfer window? Absolutely crazy. And I'm about to give you all the top news that you need to know for this transfer window. Let's get into the video. So guys, the first person on our list as we come into this transfer video is Julian Draxler, one of the 3 confirmed transfers in this video. Now, Julian Draxler, a long-time Arsenal target since he was at Schalke, so about 3 years Arsenal have tried to get Draxler. But you know, Arsene Wenger, our owner, spending money on ranches, exotic wine in France. He decided that we are not going to bid over a certain amount for Julian Draxler. And it's less the fact that we didn't get Draxler, who's an alright player, more the fact that we just give up our transfer targets every single time to rival teams, which is just really disappointing. Now, Draxler, he moved to PSG from Wolfsburg, and as far as I know, he has played amazingly for PSG so far. 1 goal he scored on his debut game with a lovely chip. He got the ball over the top and just fake shotted the goalie, went around him, the goalie dived, and he just chipped the goalie into the roof of the net. It was an amazing goal, and Draxler is an amazing player, but it's just such a shame that Arsenal couldn't get him. And yeah, but Julian Draxler to PSG, honestly, such a great signing for PSG, and that leads us into our next transfer, which is Hatem Ben Arfa. So Ben Arfa was a very good player last year when he was playing for Nice, and that is the sole reason why PSG bought him. However, after he's moved to PSG, he really just hasn't been performing. I think he's only scored 1 goal so far this season, and there are rumors that as PSG have bought Draxler as a potential replacement for Ben Arfa will be moving to Fenerbahce. Now, I'm not sure if this will happen, but it would be so cool to see Ben Arfa maybe make a return back to the Premier League, maybe go back to Newcastle, help them gain promotion. But really, I'd love to see Ben Arfa back in England. That would be amazing. Next up, we have someone who is another confirmed transfer, but one of the most controversial transfers of this window. That is Oscar to Shanghai. Now, China has just been taking over our players, just offering millions and millions of dollars, offering the players tons of money and salary, and it is just absolutely insane that they think that they can get any player to come over just for the money. And to be honest, it's worked quite well, especially with the Brazilians. Now, Oscar moved to Shanghai for I think about £60 million, which is absolutely crazy. And I honestly don't know what to say. Oscar, in his interview, said he supported Shanghai since he was a little kid watching on his small TV in his Brazilian slum. Now, let's be honest, guys. I highly doubt that Oscar could even manage to watch Shanghai play on his small TV, like in a rural area of Brazil. Like, that's just very unlikely, and for Oscar to say that, it's just absolute madness that he was willing to give up his career as a very promising player just to move to China for the money. But that's only one of the controversial rumors that China is going to be featuring in this video, and let's move on to the next one. Next up, we have Pepe to Man United. Not a very talked about rumor, but just like Man United want a solid center back to replace Bailly as he's been injured for so long and to go next to Smalling. Now, Pepe won the Euros with Portugal, and I think he came second in the league with Real, and overall has had a really successful year. And while Pepe has quite a temper, he is quite a solid center back that could perform very well in the Premier League, and I'd like to see what he provides. Next up, we have a huge transfer saga that's basically been going on for this player's whole career, and that is Morata back to Juventus. I know, right? He moved from Real to Juventus, back to Real, back to Juventus, back to Real, and now he wants to move back to Juventus because he's not getting enough playing time at Real. Like, honestly, the clubs need to make up their mind about whether they want him. Obviously, it's been shown that Juventus want Morata, but Real keep trying to buy him back because Morata keeps performing amazingly at Juventus, and then he performs crap at Real, and Juventus buy him back. Like, there's something going wrong right there, and to be honest, I kind of want Morata just to move back to Juventus for good because he's such a good player and he's just not getting the credit and playing time that he deserves. And I think at Juventus, he could really strive under Allegri, and I think it would be a great signing. But I just want Morata to stay at Juventus once and for all. So now we have a Belgian wizard, Axel Witsel. This guy is so good. He's just a solid midfielder, but sadly, he has only played in Russia and China for the money. And unlike Oscar, thankfully, he actually admitted that he moved to China for the money. I directly quote him. He said, I don't directly quote him, but he said something along the lines like, I just moved to China for the money, same reason why I moved to Russia. And this shows how much money is just destroying soccer and how we play and think about the sport. Next up on our list, and we have one of the most prestigious players on our list in terms of transfer value, and that is James Rodriguez. Now, he's been rumored to move to quite a lot of clubs, as it is said to have been that he's fallen out with Real's coach Zinedine Zidane, and some of these rumors include Chelsea, Juve, and much more. It's very surprising that James would actually move due to the fact that Real spent almost 70 million euros, or I think it's euros or pounds on him, and that's just a ton of money. James is a world-class player, he just hasn't got the playing time he needs, and I feel that if Zidane does give him playing time, he could definitely stay at Real Madrid and do well. One thing I don't want him to do is move to Chelsea. And last but not least on our list, we have Paulo Dybala. And now, this player, he's probably the biggest young prospect out there. He plays for Juventus. Is he like 20 or 21? I don't know, guys. I have no idea. But anyway, he's absolutely amazing. Whether it's in real life with Juventus, with Argentina, and FIFA, it's just absolutely crazy. And the rumor is that he is going to be replacing Ronaldo or Benzema at Real Madrid. That is how good of a talent he is. Now, Real Madrid won a bid approximately £70 million for Dybala and would possibly get that money by having James move to Chelsea. So I'm really not sure what's going to happen, but I think Dybala to Real would be such a cool move. And imagine Dybala, Bale, and Ronaldo up front. Just imagine that. Imagine Dybala moved to Barcelona and we had Suarez and Dybala and then Messi and Neymar. That would be absolutely insane, guys. But anyway, that's it for the video today. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video and want to see another episode of this, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.